MacVoices is supported by ExpressVPN. Secure your surfing at expressvpn.com/MacVoices. MacVoices is in Las Vegas for CES and Unveiled. I'm Chuck Joyner. Folks, that means it's time to talk to Larry O'Connor of Otherworld Computing. Larry, it's good to see you.
Yeah, likewise, Chuck. Thanks for coming by.
We do this every year, but the last time I think I saw you, you were a bit shorter and a bit smaller and encased in a robot at MacStock.
Ah, yes, absolutely. We have to use, we're still working on that transporter technology.
Yeah, it was good though. You were Robo Larry, and you were hosting. I think it was the one of the game show things. So
yeah, we did a trivia contest.
It was a very interesting twist on a trivia contest.
It was fun to do. It was. This year I think I'm going to try to be there.
Oh, that would be great. That'd be great. So I know Otherworld Computing has just come out with some new stuff for the show. What do you have?
Sure, we can start with, we're starting with something that's not necessarily brand new, but something that is a product that everybody should have. And yes, we call it our travel dock. It's Type-C. It doesn't have to be just used for travel. We're just having a conversation about that. But unlike hubs, this is a dock that provides, it gives you USB ports, it gives you HDMI 4K out, it gives you an SD reader, and in addition to all that fun stuff, you can plug power through it. At $39 was the street on this, there is nothing in that price range that's anything other than just a hub. This is real power delivery. What that means, whether it's your iPad Pro, a Chromebook, a MacBook Pro, whatever you connect and you use that precious port, to connect our travel dock to, you can still connect your power adapter and charge that device. And that's even the brand new iPad Pro, and that's huge. Because everything else, it's like, I have to charge, and you got to unplug either. If you don't have another port, you're disconnecting something, and that's a real headache. So,
I have one in my pack that I carry around, but I'm on a mission to get people to stop thinking of it as just for travel, because a lot of us have those new USB machines, whether it's a MacBook or MacBook Pro or whatever. And yeah, all the very sophisticated docks you sell are great, but a lot of times you just don't need that much, and this little dock is perfect for it.
It's perfect for the desktop, and when you do need to travel with it, it's great for traveling as well.
Amen.
And of course, we have our 10-port USB Type-C dock, which steps up a little bit, gives you a few more ports, and will power your laptop. Has its own power supply. And then we go all the way up to the Thunderbolt 3 dock with 14 ports, 85-watt charging, 40 gigabits. The real professional series dock. And these are the things. You come home, you have all that stuff plugged in. One cable, does it all. But there's another fun product. Real simple. These are things. Again, we always listen to our customers, and something that we heard. And this is widespread. It doesn't matter what the device is. Obviously, we want everybody using OWC products, but it's not just an OWC thing. This is a Type-C thing, and folks in production environments, people in audio environments where they're doing music, especially if there's a lot of bass, have run into the situation where those Type-C cables can get a little bit where there's vibration, or they get a little tug on them. They're in the field where there's traffic, things going on, and they disconnect. Now, it's not super huge. It's not something you have on a desktop, but when you're in a production environment and you need that device to never disconnect, we have a little simple product called the Klingon. It attaches to the back of your device. It does not permanently adhere your cable into the device, and so it lets you use whatever cables you want to use. It lets you disconnect those cables, but it eliminates the possibility that a little bit of a tug or some heavy bass section can cause that cable to wiggle or vibrate and break your connection. So you're in the middle of streaming, capturing something important, or you're streaming audio out. You want things to stay connected, and we heard folks talk about that with Type-C and even some of the other Type-B stuff, and this eliminates it. It's just a Klingon. We're starting to include it with all the OWC brand product. It'll be included the Helios as well, and it's something you can also buy if you got stuff other than OWC.
So this might be the smallest product at the show.
It probably is, and it can be is a very simple product. It can be very, very important for somebody who's been in that environment going, "Ow, I just lost it all."
Very much. And as everything seems to be moving toward USB-C, at least in the Apple world, that just becomes that much more of an important product.
Yeah. You want that device to stay connected. You're in the field. Don't want something with a tug. Yes, this can be very, very important to you. So simple solutions, but we listen. That's what it's all about. And another solution, which honestly, I'm really, really starting to enjoy a whole heck of a lot, is the eGPU chassis, the Helios FX. We're in a day and age now where processors have been pretty darn good for a couple years here. I mean, if you go back, 5 years, for the most part, it's not the processor that's the issue, it's the GPU. And now, and we give great thanks to Apple for opening the door. We understand that people do need to swap GPUs and have that ability to put the GPU they need in without having to buy a new computer, and that's the whole point. The Helios FX, you can put a GPU, the same GPU even that an iMac Pro has, onto a MacBook Air. So by itself, it sounds funny, but I mean, by itself, I mean, it's a great machine for being out in the field, light, durable. Well, I won't call it super durable, but nonetheless, it's a machine that can go wherever you are. And then you get back to home base or get back to the office, you plug it into Helios FX, and now it's a workstation that can do rendering, can do audio, AR, VR, the heavy duty stuff that needs that GPU. You have a machine from a couple years ago that needs a different GPU, that you need more horsepower, something's changed. Now you don't have to buy a new system. You can plug this chassis in and boom, put in whatever video card you need. Another couple years goes by, new video cards come out, pull the video card that's in it. You don't have to buy a new chassis, you just swap the video card. So we have that future protection, kind of better again.
And the GPUs are becoming more and more important, it seems. We are buying the CPU horsepower, but in a lot of cases what you're really buying is the GPU horsepower.
Absolutely. The GPU is a big part of the system. The processor, you notice, try turning your GPU off or try using an application where you don't have native GPU capability. The processor can sort of do the work, but the processor, it has to run instruction sets to replicate what's built into the GPU. I can't even, it's like having a path preset. Now to say that you flip a switch, you run a process, I'm going to say the mouse goes through the maze. Whereas the processor, every time it gets that kind of instruction, it's got to reinvent the wheel. So a fast GPU that supports the codecs that are important today, your computer will sit there and breathe very, very easy with the right GPU versus get very, very hot and have fans cranking when you don't. And I don't know how else to illustrate other than your system may be great in 5 years, and as long as you can plug a new GPU into it every couple of years, you'll be right up with everybody else. It's pretty amazing.
And it may seem like a big investment now, but it's going to pay dividends down the road for a long time.
Oh, absolutely, positively. Your first, that MacBook Pro or that MacBook Air or that Mac Mini that just has the integrated graph, that's already a big investment. But now you have an external GPU chassis that lets you swap that $300 card, a year from now, 2 years from now, and then you have the same GPU that brand new $3,000 or $4,000 Mac has, without having to buy a $3,000 or $4,000 Mac.
Yeah, $300 versus $3,000. Not hard to do that math.
And the math is pretty straight up there, to say the least.
I'm happy to welcome ExpressVPN as a MacVoices sponsor this week. With what seems to be constant news about online security breaches, you have to wonder if you're ever safe. Social media sites, marketing sites, even your own internet provider are tracking you for their benefit, not yours. ExpressVPN lets you combat all of that and take back your privacy. Once installed, just one click and ExpressVPN is up and running seamlessly in the background of your computer, iPhone, or iPad. You are then securely connected, your IP address hidden, and your data encrypted. All that for less than $7 per month. You can try ExpressVPN, the #1 VPN service as rated by TechRadar. When you visit your favorite coffee shop or on your next trip, ExpressVPN will keep you safe. A 30-day money-back guarantee makes it easy to find out if ExpressVPN is for you. But how could it not be? I want you to go right now to expressvpn.com/MacVoices and find out how you can get a full 3 months free by signing up for a 1-year package. That's expressvpn.com/MacVoices to sign up and get 3 months free with your year's subscription. A big welcome and a big thanks to ExpressVPN for their support of MacVoices. You all have such a wide variety of products. I imagine it's kind of hard to decide what to bring to something like CES and show off.
There's limited table space, and there's I could talk all night if I could bring everything up. But absolutely, we try to bring the latest, the newest, some of the stuff that's that's fun and interesting. But we know that everybody hopefully is checking out OWC.com and MacSales.com to see the full array. Because whether it's the SSDs, or it's the portable storage, or the Thunderbolts, we could talk all night about this stuff.
Well, I know there are other people here waiting to talk to you, so let's just go down the pricing and availability of what we have here.
Sure, absolutely. we're starting with the travel dock, which is not just for travel. Desktop use as well. This guy's street price is $39. So very inexpensive, and again, you will find hubs that cost more than this to do less than this. So incredibly powerful price point. Then we move on to the 10-port USB Type-C hub. Now that product is about $119 street. More ports, more power. A step up, and that is a desktop product. That requires external power. This will bus power or pass your power through. Now you're into a desktop where you get back to base. One cable connects you to your AC power and all your devices and ports. And then where you really need bandwidth, USB-C has only got about 10, I shouldn't say only, I say only, a few years ago, this is unheard of, but USB-C is 10 gigabits, you move on to Thunderbolt 3 is 40 gigabits, so 4 times more bandwidth. That's basically 4,000 megabytes a second of throughput capable through this product. This has got 14 ports, including USB 3.1 Gen 2. It has extra USB Type-A ports. It has audio. It has gigabit Ethernet. It's got pretty much everything imaginable. It's got an SD reader. It's got a micro SD reader, and the UHS 4, so they're very, very fast. But it's got the chipsets. It's got the components inside that maximize use of that bandwidth. So if you're plugging in a whole bunch of devices, rating, multiple streaming, heck, plugging video cameras in and doing multiple, video angles, it can support that. And once again, one cable to your Mac or your PC, but mostly to your Mac. And everything, your entire world is connected and you're powered. So those are the 3 docks, and then we have the Type-C, our first Type-C dual drive dock. So it's USB 3.1 Gen 2. Everything we do with USB, by the way, is USB IF certified. These aren't just things that we put a USB chipset in and they go. They follow the standards. They whether it's power delivery, whether it's the bandwidth requirements. The reason this works for the iPad Pro, even though this product has been out for a little while, is because we follow. I didn't say we follow the rules. We do follow the rules. We break the rules where we can to enable things that you couldn't otherwise do, but we follow the rules when it comes to product design. So the reliability and operation is what you would expect of it. And then if we go back here. We have a 550 watt and a 650 watt version of the Helios FX. Street price is $279 and $399. The higher power just lets you use a GPU card that requires more power. A Radeon 560, which is what ships in, the iMacs today and the MacBook Pros, will go into the standard 550 watt version. And the other cool thing is, in a couple of years, everything is using less power. Everything just continues to get faster. And by the way, this also will power your laptop too when you plug in. So
know that.
Wow, I can keep on going. Thunderblade goes up to 8 terabytes. Last year this was a $5,000 product at 8 terabytes, and it was about $3,000 at 4 terabytes. This year it's $1899 for 4 terabytes and $34.99 at 8 terabytes. This is a Generation 2 Thunderblade. It runs faster and it runs cooler. You can actually stack 2 of them together this year, and they work harmoniously. So extremely high performance flash array for video editing, or for a lot of folks use for ingest and duplication, where they got to get data duplicated, backed up very, very quickly, and then ship it off. This thing is about a terabyte, every 10 minutes, which is pretty darn fast in terms of duplicating data. And then we move on to the Envoy Pro EX. This is up to 2 terabytes. This is bus powered. When you need a fast SSD, a fast flash storage product, that does require AC power, up to 2 terabytes, and sustained data rates of over 2,000 megabytes a second. So very fast, very portable, small, and actually both these things, you can pretty much run them over with a tank, and they keep on ticking. So very, very rugged. And that's what we have at the show.
I know you said it, but the Klingon, what kind of, you said you can buy them separately.
Yes, they're single packs, I want to say, or I believe street is around $7 or $8. 2 packs are around $12.99.
I wanted to make sure we got that because, it is the smallest thing at the show, but like you said, one disconnected cord and it'll pay for itself 50 times over.
Absolutely, positively. And again, this was, we thank you guys. We listened to you, we heard you, and it's the kind of things you don't experience in the office, because you don't have the bass booming and you don't have people wiggling on your stuff. But in the field, it's a different story, and this is a solution that we were glad to bring out.
Larry, as always, thanks so much for so much time. We really appreciate it.
Hey, my pleasure, Chuck, and I'm happy to give you as much time as you like. Come out to Woodstock. We could talk for hours.
Be careful what you offer.
Hey, I'm dead serious. So.
Right. Great to see you, my friend. Take care.
Enjoy CES, Chuck.
Folks, more from CES Unveiled in Las Vegas. I'm Chuck Joyner. This is MacVoices.
Visit MacVoices.com for show notes and to connect with Chuck on social media. Get involved in our MacVoices Facebook group and get more out of your Apple tech with MacVoices magazine, free on Flipboard. And if you find value in it all, consider supporting us at patreon.com/MacVoices and join these folks who help keep MacVoices coming to you. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media at backbeatmedia.com. Bandwidth provided by CacheFly at cachefly.com.